Greetings, Skyfarers, and welcome to another episode of Sunless Skies. I am Cobalt Thorium, and in this episode, I think that we have to do a bit more exploring of this area here. We'll load up on a bunch of supplies. Our health is not looking so good, but we're kind of far away from the place where we can go and get repairs. So, here's my plan. Everything seems to be sort of a similar distance away, so we can kind of assume that there will be something like here, here, here. It's a little bit less scattered than some of the, at least, I don't know this for a fact. I'm just going off of what I see here. Like this here, that there, that there. So, by that assumption, there probably should be something about here. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go down here, we're going to try to crawl and sort of explore this fog of war here. And then we're trying to get about here, I think. So how is everybody? It's been a while since I played this game. Hopefully I still have the knack for it. I mean, it hasn't been that long. It's only been, I don't know, maybe a couple days. About a week, maybe. Something like that. Been playing a little bit of Icarus. Whoa. Can probably just move on. No, maybe not. We can probably just run now. No sense in picking a fight. I don't think that whatever they call them, Scribe, Spinster, or whatever, would give us anything that we don't already have. You you enter Libertas, a field of freedom. The gloom. Well, that's cool. A gleaming hulk in the dark, a wreck of a type you've never seen before. Approaching the Berrenger. A vast wreck, larger than any locomotive you've ever seen. Armor rattles in the wind. An Albion flag flies, tattered, almost beyond recognition. The hull is cracked like an egg. A charred and tangled engine exposed to the air. The Berrenger reads its nameplate, though some wag has appended a question mark. As you approach, you see figures scrambling behind the guardrails, revolutionary slogans graffitied across every rusted surface. The Berrenger is still very much occupied. You could board the Berrenger. A dozen figures in heavy coats hang from the sides of the wreck, waving joyously as your engine docks. Interesting. A masked welcome. You step onto the Berrenger's halls to a swelling crowd and a babble of cheery greetings. Everyone is wearing a mask. The crowd parts. A woman glides to your side. Her scarlet leather jacket gleams with buckles and vestigial straps. Her face is hidden behind a mask in the shape of a screeching bat's face. Glad to have you on board, says the Unassailable Founder, shaking your hand. The Unassailable Founder's bat mask is impressive. She gestures to the wall of masks behind her. Choose. Speak to the Unassailable Founder. Before you don a mask, you have a few questions. Who is she? How did the Berrenger end up here? Wow. A lot of things have to be just right for this to happen. I think that this probably would be the best thing to do, but let's continue to read here. Choose the mask of the aspirant. Of the aspirant? Aspirant. think it's aspirant. A sculpted silver rose, blank eyelid. Wait, a sculpted silver rose, blank, eyeless, mouthless. The aspirant, can't pronounce that word, listens, says the founder, and blossoms. Choose the mask of the supplicant. The supplicant's job is to talk, says the founder, fastening the mask of a hideously toothed anglerfish over your face, and perhaps entice. This mask gives opportunities to deliver lectures. We could choose the mask of the scintillant, a woman's face wreathed in glorious flames. The scintillant learns through experimentation, says the founder, putting aside concern for the safety of others or themselves. This mask gives opportunities to conduct experiments. That sounds very good. Choose the mask of the recalcitrant, a snarling face halfway between a bulldog and a gargoyle. A difficult role, cautions the founder, a squabbler, recommended for those who spent time as an aspirant. This mask gives opportunities to debate. Or we could leave the Berrenger. The anarchists gather at the railings to wave you goodbye. Well, let's start by talking to the Unassailable Founder. Questions. How did a London dreadnought end up wrecked in Eleutheria, crowded with devotees of the liberation of night? Founder waves a gloved finger disapprovingly. I can't go prattling into my secrets to just anyone, can I? Join our community, put your trust in us, and I'll extend some trust in return. Well, I don't really know what these things mean. Aspirant makes the most sense. Because we're trying to learn here. Like, there's no reason to deliver lectures if we don't know anything yet. Or we could just leave. Did this come up on the map? Can I see that? It doesn't look like it's an option. Alright, let's grab the aspirant. Just in case we can't come back. As the mask slips over your face, you realize that ingenuously... Wait, let me try that again. As the mask slips over your face, you realize that it is ingeniously designed so that you can see perfectly between the folds of the silver petals. The aspirant's role is to observe, says the founder. Go to the library and read a book. Go to the forum and enjoy yourself. Stay quiet. Grow. You are now wearing the rose mask of the aspirant. The Berrenger's rusting innards have been hollowed. The walls and floors of a dozen interlocking corridors have been methodically stripped away, carving a vast, hive-like atrium draped with ladders and crisscrossed with rope bridges. Anarchists bustle back and forth between a circle of iron and the doors below. The largest are labeled Laboratories, Forum, and the Hall of Debate. Your fellow aspirants are, by far, the most common among the masked figures. Dozens of silver-faced anarchists mill back and forth between the libraries and the forum, silent, except for the occasional polite cough. We can head to the forum. A stream of aspirants, supplicants, and recalcitrants are barreling through the double doors. We can approach the Unassailable Founder, strike up a conversation, or perhaps swap your mask. Leave the Berrenger. You hook your mask by the door on your way out. Or we can make our way to the laboratories, which we can't, probably because we need to be a supplicant, I think? Maybe? I forget. Make your way to the laboratories. A crude orange mask symbol has been painted over the door. Next to it, someone has scrawled, "Danger! Science occurs within." That's funny. The reason why I say that's funny is because it's so much like the trope of just, like, science being a thing in itself. Like, for science! You know, like that kind of ridiculous nonsense. Okay, so, the Hall of Debate. Recalcitrants barge in like ants invading a rival nest. Some wit has painted over the door, "Abandon the slippery slope, all ye who enter here." I don't like that, because the slippery slope is actually real. The slippery slope fallacy is it's to assume that something is going to be a slippery slope. That once you take one step in a particular direction, step 2 and 3 and 4 will happen. Like, the slippery slope can happen, but it won't necessarily happen. That's what the fallacy is. But slippery slopes are real. I mean, as soon as you're at like if somebody said, "Oh, we could take step 1," and it'll never go any further, and then step 2 happens, and they say the same thing, and then step 3 happens, you're already on a slippery slope. So you can assume that 4, 5, 6, and all that, those other things are also going to happen. Although it is not a guarantee, but it is very likely at that point. Alright, so let's head to the forum, I guess. The forum greets you with a cacophony of compelling voices and the acrid stench of gunpowder. I almost said arid stench. Let me try that again. The forum greets you with a cacophony of competing voices and the acrid stench of gunpowder. This was once the Dreadnought's vast storage room, and now munition crates have been stacked and shoved together to create a semicircle of stages. Hopefully nobody lights a cigarette. The stages are occupied by supplicants, voices raised. You could tell a story from your travels. I'm not wearing the right mask to do that. Oh, it says right there. You're not wearing... You're wearing the wrong mask. But surely they won't mind if you deliver an impromptu talk. I think that that's unlikely. I think that they would mind, definitely, very much. I'll have to see if any other... what am I... Jeez, these words. This is an A, right? Aspirant. Maybe if some other aspirant... Aspirant? If one of them speak up, maybe I'll take an interest in that, but we'll see. You flit between supplicants. One is tripping over his words, another reaching her conclusion. Finally, you find a speaker whose words are intriguing. It's going to take time. And I have the correct mask. The first lecture you come across is being delivered by a live, confident figure of indeterminate gender. They are expounding on their topic at such length that you have trouble deciphering what they're talking about. Finally, you identify the topic. A certain Mr. Barleycorn. The other lecture to entice you is that given by a diminutive old woman, speaking in a dry whisper to only 3 aspirants. But you catch the phrase, "Coils of shattering ice 1,000 feet high." You could listen to the lecture on Mr. Barleycorn. The lecture sounds remarkably self-assured. Well, lecturer. This will earn you respect to the founder. You'll gain a sky story and an Eleutherian mystery. You could listen to the old woman's lecture. What could she be talking about? This will earn you the respect of the founder. You'll gain terror and an Eleutherian mystery. Well, the lecture on Mr. Barleycorn is by far more responsible. The sky stories aren't going to hurt us, and neither will Eleutherian mysteries. But I am very curious about this. Coils of shattering ice 1,000 feet high. And our terror's not too bad. Oh, wow, okay. The Discordant. Excuse me. There's an alphabet of fire and gold, says your lecturer, taking a sip from a glass. A star language that burns in the mind. She dips her fingers in the water and traces something on the stage. Some stars abandon the immutable light of their brethren for a more nuanced philosophy. The old language no longer suffices. Heretical concepts exist for which it cannot provide signifiers. As the symbol takes shape, the water turns to frost with a crackle. These traitor stars adopt other language, or perhaps another dialect, the discordance. She hisses and withdraws her fingers from the completed symbol. The tip is blackened with frostbite. That is very interesting. There's an alphabet of fire and gold, the star language. So this is the oh geez, what do they call it? I don't remember. It begins with a C, I think. And we can't look it up. Okay, so it sounds like there's now evil stars, these traitor stars that adopt another language, or perhaps another dialect, and theirs is called the discordance. And it seems like where stars are bright and warm, these fallen stars, these traitor stars, are cold and dark. Alright, we have another Thorium mystery, that's nice. We have a little tower, that's not so nice, but... Alright, we could head to the forum again, I guess. No, we shouldn't change our... Oh, shoot, I didn't mean to leave. I meant to go back and get another mask. Oh well, that's okay, we can always come back here. I'm sure that some mission will bring us here. A retreat. The clamor of 1,000 mingled speeches fades behind you as you return to the hollow at the Berrenger's core. Oh, okay, it looks like we will be able to go back. Let's approach the Unassailable Founder. The Founder lingers in the Berrenger's central atrium, hands in the pockets of her leather jacket, chatting to everyone who passes. She combines an encyclopedic knowledge of everyone's names and habits with the uncanny ability to recognize them, despite their mask. Questions? Complaints? She asks, turning to you. We're simply here to take a new role. Ask her why the mask is different from the others? Why her mask is different from the others? That sounds good. Unlocked when you do not have the secret of the Berrenger. Unlocked when you're... Okay, so we needed one. Alright, I think that the obvious thing to do would be to ask this. Ask why her mask is different from the others. The face of the bat is distinctive. You've not seen another during your time aboard the Berrenger. The mask of the bat. Okay. The Founder laughs. My father was a diplomat in London. In my formative years, we were stationed on an island called Visage, far out to the sea. The locals' lives revolved around the mask they wore. We chose our faces for ourselves. I was keen to implement something similar here. She adjusts her bat mask. This represented the worst of outsiders, the exile, who brought nothing but misfortune and death. After I turned traitor and left the Admiralty, it seemed an appropriate statement. So, we have one estimation of the Founder. Okay. I don't understand why that's a heart. Does that mean that the Founder's starting to like us? You're close to becoming part of the community above the Berrenger. Okay, well, maybe. Let's try the Supplicant. Supplicant. A miniature lantern dangles from your new mask, swinging back and forth between your eyes. The Supplicant gives speeches in the forum, says the Founder. Thanks to the mask, a person's reputation, or lack thereof, doesn't matter here. Just stand and talk, and if you're saying something worthwhile, perhaps you'll attract an audience. You're now wearing the fish mask of the supplicant. Okay. Let's head to the forum. This looks like it's the same. So let's... extinguishments? What are those? Oh, I don't want to spend my Eleutherian mysteries. Anyway, I should probably read this. Deliver a lecture on the extinguishments. Out in the furious emptiness, there are places that have never known light or heat. So in the respect of the founder. So it sounds like that's something that we'll probably eventually have to do. We can tell the story of our travels. So that'll take time. And it'll consume a sky story, but we have plenty. It's not precisely a lecture, but as a supplicant, you can speak about whatever you wish. The right audience will find you. Or we could attend a lecture. You flip between the supplicants, tripping over his words, blah, 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 blah. I probably should have done that twice. What is this? Deliver a lecture on the place behind glass. The results of your mirror research are sure to attract an audience. It's hard in the respect of the founder. You've not conducted an experiment on the subject. Okay, so we probably have to get the scientist mask to do that. Let's try this guy's story. Oh, it got rid of my terror. Wow. Interesting. So we can come here and get rid of terror? At the cost of a sky story. That's good. Good to know. It seems like we can only do it once, though. A decent story. You climb onto an unoccupied stack of bomb crates and launch into a reliable favorite from your stable of anecdotes. You attract a small but excitable audience who gasp and cheer at all the appropriate moments. When you reach the conclusion, they applaud more than politeness necessitates. Well, that sounds good. Alright, let's leave, I guess, and then try to come back through. See if anything resets. So we can only, I guess we can only give one lecture a day, huh? Let's go back to being an aspirant. Why can't we go to the library? They said either the library or the forum, right? Yeah. Library is not an option. Let's head back to the forum and see if we can get more. No, I guess not. I guess we can only attend one lecture a day. Makes sense. Okay, we'll go for the scientist's mask now, I guess. Scintillant. The flames on the mask are orange-yellow tissue which rustles as you move your head. The scintillant's purpose is to visit the laboratories and take part in the experiments, says the founder, clapping you on the back. Good luck. Last time I went to the laboratories, I lost a finger. You are now wearing the mask of a scintillant. The Liberation have kept most of the Berrenger's laboratories intact. Every functioning laboratory has a sign sheet tacked to its door, begging for volunteers. The Scintillants flit back and forth, carrying clipboards, calipers, vapor-spewing masks. There's no shortage of work to be done, and a few brave enough to do it. Take part in an experiment as a guinea pig. Doesn't sound so good. You approach a laboratory and begin to write your name on the sign-up sheet. Before you reach the third letter, you're yanked aside. On success, you'll earn the respect of the founder. Now try to gain a vision of heavens. It's a pretty good success. Okay, we could conduct your own experiments, recruiting Scintillants as volunteers. It is your chance to push the boundaries of knowledge without risking your own crew. Or we could conduct our own experiment, recruiting volunteers from our own crew. Surely some brave souls in your crew will leap at the prospect of risking their lives for science. We're not going to do that. We're already down 4. Let's give it a try. Oh, crap. An unappealing proposition. The Scintillants hand you a beaker of frothing gray fluid. Stick your hand into it until you can touch the bottom, one of them says to you, her voice betraying no hint of concern for your well-being. But do it slowly. Too fast and you'll experience no measurable effects, and only a little pain. You attempt to follow her instructions, but the liquid clings to you like concrete and blisters your skin. You withdraw your hand as fast as you can, making her hiss between her teeth and shake her head. Next. Doesn't seem to have done anything. Alright, I guess we can't do anything else at the laboratories. Now let's go to the Unassailable Founder. Let's go for the last thing. The Mask of the Recalcitrant. The Recalcitrant. The mask is oddly comfortable, digging into your skin, cutting off the blood to your ears. Oddly uncomfortable. You peer out through a wall of gruesome fangs. Go to the forum, or the debating hall, and raise hell, says the founder. I should have done that in her voice. Ask impertinent questions. Hit close to home. The mask allows you to speak loudly and truthfully without losing friends. You're now wearing the gargoyle mask of the Recalcitrant. Let's head to the forum. No, we should go to the debate hall. Yes. Actually, let's go to the forum and see what happens. Nothing. I wonder if we could do the Sky Story Tale as the Recalcitrant, because this person is already confrontational. So if we're doing something that's outside of our role, maybe that is in a weird way inside of our role, because you're sort of rebelling. Anyway, let's try the hall for debate. Recalcitrant's margin, yeah. The hall of debate was once the Dreadnought's gun deck. Oh, we've already read that. Which will you dispute? 3 recalcitrants state their position. Which will you dispute? The liberation of night is justified. An uncontroversial position, at least aboard the Berrenger. If you challenge this, the audience won't be on your side. A successful debate will earn you the respect of the founder. That's too low. The Berrenger's a waste of time and should be destroyed. Recalcitrant rolls forward on his wheelchair and states his position cheerfully, despite roars of outrage. The audience will be on your side. Wait, they want to destroy the Berrenger? It's a little weird. Morality is a social construct that collapses without fear of punishment. This recalcitrant clearly hopes to only deal in abstract philosophical matters. The audience won't have a personal stake in the outcome. A successful debate will earn you the respect of the founder. 65. Oof. Geez, I don't know which to do. I don't think morality is a social construct. I don't know if I really want to debate that. Even if it is the one with the best chance. It'd be against my character anyway. She clearly doesn't think that morality is a social construct. I mean, so morality, you can basically boil morality down to what is good for a life. Either the life of an individual or the life of a group of people, a family, an organization, a country, whatever. And those outcomes are not social constructs. It's like, if you're doing something immoral, like thieving or something like that, right? Then it'll be a low trust society. People will not be able to rely on, going to like a farmer won't be able to rely on going to their shed and getting their tools or whatever. And so you'll have a decay of society because the moral code sort of is the system by which a society sort of can run predictably. If people are just like killing each other left and right, or stealing things left and right, or just doing whatever, then you don't have that reliability that you need to construct a well-functioning society, and so people suffer. So morality is not a social construct. I think it's actually pretty clear that it's not a social construct. So I'm not going to debate that. Let's try this one. The recalcitrant on the podium remains merrily obstinate in his position despite the jeers and boos that greet his every statement. "It's simple," he says. "While we're sitting here debating the merits of destroying this place, there are agents of the liberation out there, engaged in direct action against the judgments. By comparison, this debate is facile." Doubly facile, in fact, because I don't even believe what I'm saying. This very argument is concrete proof of the Berrenger's pointlessness. She's probably right, actually. Soon the debate is going around in increasingly small circles. The surrounding recalcitrants grow restless. "Give someone else a turn to talk," one of them shouts. So we can refuse to back down. "You won't admit defeat, or you concede defeat. You lost fair and square. Perhaps you ought to change your mind." No, I'm going to concede defeat because I think he's right. To a chorus of jeers and laughter, you admit that your arguments were flawed, and perhaps you should go away and reconsider your position. As you step away, another recalcitrant fills your place and picks up where you left off. By changing someone else's mind or changing your own, you've shown the founder that you make a respectable recalcitrant. Interesting. Perhaps now she will tell you more about herself. It looks like we can go back to the forum. Let's just see what else we can do. I'm very tempted to do this. Ooh, it gave us some terror. An interrupted story. Interesting. You climb onto the unoccupied stack of bomb crates and and launch into a reliable favorite from your stable of anecdotes, but are quickly overwhelmed by jeers from the audience. "You've got the wrong face on, recalcitrant," shouts one of your bulldog-masked peers. The crowd surges forward and topples you from your stage, passing you like a parcel to the exit. But that's precisely what a recalcitrant should do, right? Alright, well, whatever. Perhaps they didn't think of that. We could approach the Unassailable Founder once more. And I guess that's it. There's really nothing else we can do. We could do the ask how she recognizes everyone despite their masks. Every mask is just one among hundreds. The Founder's talent. I grew up in Visage, says the Founder. I don't need a face. I can hear your voice, see the curve of your back, the way that you walk. I can recognize a member of this community just by the pattern of acne on the back of their neck. When I was first establishing this community here, I quickly learned that true anonymity can turn people into monsters. She raises her hand in cheery greeting as an aspirant wanders past. Hello, Roland. You see, the fact that I know who they are keeps the community honest. It's good to remind them occasionally. You are closer to becoming part of the community aboard the Berrenger. You've gained 1x estimation of the Founder. New toll 2. Once again, I disagree with this. Anonymity is very useful. Anonymity allows a person to talk about uncomfortable truths and make people sort of face those truths without the possibility of backlash. So yeah, I mean it's a way to keep people honest, and it's a way to make sure that people are talking about the elephant in the room. You know, anonymity is important for that, and so like especially when people are talking about removing anonymity from the internet, that's a huge mistake. Anyway, whatever. I feel like I'm injecting a lot of my own opinion in this episode. Okay, well, I think we're probably done here. There's really nothing else we can do. Yeah, I guess we're done. Let's leave the Berrenger. Your face returned. Your crew express a measure of relief at leaving behind the Berrenger's babble. Its crowds, its ceaseless bustle, not to mention that riotous smell of rust and sweat and gunpowder. As the unremittent darkness swallows your train again, the crew's relief turns to dismay. Perhaps the Berrenger wasn't so bad, they say. Perhaps you could turn around? Gleaming hulk in the dark. A wreck of a type you've never seen before. I think I read that previously. Whoa, we got a terror or something. So let's get too close to it. Do those things come and go? It's difficult to tell where exactly your vision, like how far it extends. Alright, what do we have? Well, that's interesting. What is that? Although we've been there before. Let's go to this other thing. Alright, it's just one of these. It's fine. A ruin. Stone shelves hold old, ragged scrolls. Whoops, wrong button. Jeez. What do we get? That looks like a different document than we usually get. Alright. Same for about here. Curators haunt these guys. Alright. We have something in what looks like it's about the right place. Just a bit of tea. Let's go grab the other one. No, just more supplies. That's a little depressing. Alright, check out the owl again. Oh, maybe we should head back and get some repairs. Hello. Whoa. That really started quickly. It's setting us in the right direction, but it's going to increase our terror, and I don't want it. What was that? Whoa. We got crazy stuff happening. Let's go and check out this thing over here, I guess. Oh. Now, I think that thing that we saw was that invisible thing that we saw in a previous... What is this? Oh, hello. Oh, that means that there's going to be those things around here. Alright, a curator's egg. One of your crew dons their thermal suit. I think I've heard of this before. Yeah, we have. Yeah, we've definitely seen this. Why is my terror going crazy? I mean, I realize that there's probably going to be a curator coming after me for this, but I haven't seen one. Plenty of tea. Alright. Yeah, let's just head home. We have to do some repairs anyway. We have plenty of Eleutherian mysteries. Whoa. I want to make sure that this is cleared. Whoa. Get away, get away! Oh, I probably should have turned in the opposite direction. Okay, let's go. Let's see if we can brush this thing off. pit. Whoa. This thing is fast. Oh, one of these days, one of those is gonna hit me. She's kind of corralling us away from where we want to go, too. Alright, let's go straight up. Wow, another one. I don't think that's gonna hit. Yeah. Back to Pan. I hope that this will relieve some of our terror. The last time we came here, it didn't. I thought whenever we went to main ports in a region, it was supposed to... Whoa, I didn't realize that that was a freaking weird... some crazy monster sculpture. Oathbreaker's Circle. Alright, back to Pan we are. It is the hour of leaving, when thoughts turn to far-off places. I think that we had this before. So, recruiting crew is temporarily more effective, which is good, because we need to get crew. Let us do the word eater buying eggs. The man watches you intently. Ooh. A word eater buying eggs. The man watches you intently. His feet are bare. His face is still coated in ash. A word eater, attired for the hour of veracity. He beckons you over. I will take your egg. His voice is rough and soft, as if he is unaccustomed to speech. So, we could sell the egg for sovereigns. It's only taking up space in your hold. Or we could sell the egg for Eleutherian mysteries. You have more use for knowledge than an egg. Or what we can't do, because we only have one, is sell all your eggs for sovereigns. A little extra coin is never a bad thing. Or sell all your eggs for Eleutherian mysteries. What are eggs in the face of knowledge? You lose all your eggs. Let's get the Eleutherian mysteries. Oh, we got 6. Nice. An egg claimed. The man takes the egg and holds it up to the light. He rotates it carefully, checking for cracks, perhaps. Finally, he grunts. As payment, he leans close and whispers half-truths of how the word eaters got their name. Alright, let's do our repairs. Let's hire a crew first. Alright. Nice, we filled it. Maybe when it's time of, whatever they call it, time of leaving or whatever, it always fills. One Thorium mystery. So, we got 14 hull. Now, last time it seemed like it was a diminishing rate of return, so let's see. 8. Alright. Does appear to be a diminishing rate of returns. At the same time, we don't need it to be 0. Or, like, completely repaired. So I think we're done in this place. Let us go to the shops. The bazaar. Bronzewood for Langley Hall. Plenty of bronzewood. How much do they need? Three. That's it? Yeah, we could do that. Flowers in the dock. Seeds to Aklis. Ooh, this is one of those places where we need to go. A battle-scarred youth wanders a patch of soil. Nothing yet, they say, smiling. When I was a ring breaker on Aklis, we tried starting a garden in the marsh. It didn't take. Could have been beautiful, though. I'm sure Sigurd would love to try again. 5 sacks of verdant seeds would be a good start. Aklis lies to the northwest of Hand. Let's take a peek. Northwest? So, north. So here. Okay. What does our bank look like? I wish we could go to the bank here. That would be a nice feature so that we don't actually have to leave this screen. Oh, we could do both. And we can't actually do both because we don't have enough space. You know what? Let's just get rid of one of these. And then do both. Alright, let's go to the bank. We'll drop off some of our stuff. Navarrentine gemstones. And we need 3 for the contract, right? Now we need 5. So now... sounds good. Let's go to the night market. Pick up some supplies. That's all looking good. So we still haven't picked a side yet. None of the factions really interest me. I don't really like any of them. And probably the one that's the most interesting is the really weird one with the talking heads. The bushes that are talking heads. I think that's kind of interesting. I mean, you'd think that we'd be aligned with the devils, but it seems like we're not really. I mean, I want a faction that's aligned with London. The devils don't really seem to be. The vegetation is probably on its own side, and then there's the rebels, and we definitely don't like the rebels, so. Now let's go to the Cypress King. What is this? So did we pick up a scrap of ancient knowledge when we... And that looks like the icon. I guess, or maybe it was one of these. Alright. We could try to ask how to leave. What is this? Patchwork Devil? Oh. I guess we had that all along. The king knows. You're informed. that Eagles Empyrean, the London's nominal allies, in opening the path to the sky, maintain a transit gate that leads back to the Reach. The Empyrean lies somewhere in Eleutheria, beyond the Belt of Midnight, so they're not going to tell us. All right, let's do the port reports for Eleutherian Mysteries. Because that's useful. Geez, I think that's it. So I guess we should probably wrap up this episode here, and in the next episode we'll probably head on up to Aklis. I mean, we're trying to uncover some of this area, because if they're not going to tell us how to get out of here, we sort of have to find our own way, right? And the best way to find our own way is to explore, and the best way to explore and not die is to explore in places where we know there's going to be a port eventually. So that's kind of why I'm kind of structuring things that way. But yeah, so anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this. And if you have, please like, maybe comment, maybe subscribe, maybe share. New episodes every day at 2 p.m. Eastern US and Canada. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.